Hello and welcome to this Python tutorial on boolean logic. Um, to begin with, as we saw in our previous tutorial, we can define boolean values by simply having them as true or false. Now, we'll start with this statement, true and true. This returns true. So what's happening here is that both sides of AND need to be true for this statement to be true. If we have true and false, then this is going to end up with something which is false. Obviously, if we have false and false, then again it's false. False and true, false, and back to true and true, that's true. Let's say we have true or false. That's true. True or true, that's true. And then obviously false or false, that's false. So with AND, both values need to be true, whereas with OR, only one value needs to be true. Let's take a look at something else. What happens if we have true or true and false or true? What's going on here? What's happening here is that the interpreter is interpreting our statements, meaning two values with the keyword, computing its value, and then going to the left. So we begin with false or true. False or true is equals to true. And then we have true and. So basically the interpreter will substitute this for true, and then we'll have true and true, which is true. Okay? So let's just check this out. True and false or true is true. Now if we had true and false or false, we end up with false. Because obviously the interpreter went and said, well, false or false is false, and then false and true. Well, we have a false with the and therefore the whole statement is false. This is fine, although when you have statements like this, it can look pretty confusing, so it's usually a good idea to just put brackets in there to actually explain what you want to do exactly. Yeah, so this is a lot more readable and a lot more explicit than if you didn't have the brackets in there. And the brackets also enable you to change the precedence of things. So since we have brackets, what's inside the brackets will get evaluated first. So true and false is false, and then false or true is true. So this whole statement is true. Another interesting keyword to look at when it comes to Boolean logic is the not keyword. So if we have not false, that's true. And if we have not true, that's false. So now we can have statements such as true and not false, and this will be true. So basically not is a negation of what's to come. And once again, we can simply negate everything that's inside brackets, not true, and that's false. Or if we have not true or false, then we have false, because normally that would be true, but now we're getting the opposite, which is false. So this is a brief introduction to Boolean logic, and I hope you will check out my following tutorial, which is how to take this Boolean logic, which we're expressing here, and use it for conditional statements in Python. Thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.